Greetings. This is Zelda Blacklight. We still building on that black power. We still in the conversation of building on that on the topic of building on black power. We inserting nature versus the dollar, and today we're going to talk about what they legitimately or legally are stealing from us. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said one time, he said that the brothers and sisters, black people love the Caucasian because he gives them nothing. And I'm going to tell you what they are robbing you of. Mainly your energy and time, your health, uh, physically and mentally, because you're trying to pay those bills, trying to keep up with the Caucasian, surpass your brother, your black brother in your neighborhood, so you could brag on what you got. All this creates stress, and all your time and energy don't go to yourself and your family. It goes to your straight out enemy, and he's got the black man conditioned so the black man thinks that the Caucasian is superior to him. So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad in the 30s had the Supreme Wisdom book that told us how we are the superior ones. So the black preachers and teachers want to say that a group of people that we might call a nation, or some call it a race, some call it ethnic, they want to say that everybody is an individual and there's some more superior than the other. But the Caucasian, he don't see things individual. He see things in groups, or nations or race. So he, in his games, the Olympics, stems way back from Roman times. So he has these games where he have different countries competing against other countries. They might use one individual to represent a whole nation, but they have Russia competing with the USA competing with Africa or whatever. Now, when you look at these competing nations, if they say China versus USA, you don't see no Caucasian in the China competing against the USA. You don't see, when they say Africa, well, they got two Africas. They got South Africa and they got uh, the continent of Africa. So you might see in South Africa a mixed bag of Caucasians and blacks representing South Africa. But in the other countries in Africa, you're going to see representing these countries black people. And so in the USA, you're going to see a mixed bag because the USA conquered the natural inhabitants of this part of the world and uses them, their time and their labor to represent USA. But in other countries, you see that Russia, you see Caucasians. Wherever they from, you're going to see that they, it's a solid thing that they don't have no blacks in, they're representing them. They're going to just have Caucasians. So we don't think of ourselves as Africans. We don't think of ourselves as black people. We think of ourselves, some of us, think of ourselves as Native Americans or African American or Muslim American. This is your nation. And God, he said, I could have made y'all all, one nation. But this is in the Quran. He says that he made us in groups or in tribes so we might know one another. And you're supposed to know ourselves and know your competition. Well, in the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, we recognize anybody with a drop of black blood in them as being black. Even the Caucasian recognizes this, or recognizes this. They don't want to say the original man. They want to say African American. So a brother could come over here and say, I'm an African and I'm American. If he was born in Nigeria, he could come over here and he got dual citizenship or this citizenship. He say, I'm African and I'm American. But what about the Caucasian born in South America? He could come over here, and if he wants to have citizenship over here, he would consider himself a African American. And so brothers be talking about, black ain't a nation. Man, black is the universe. It was here first. You know what I'm saying? We were here first. So they stole from us all of this. Our identity. We don't know who in the hell we are. That's why things here in America are done against the black man. And then after they do it, it's an act of war. But once they do it, they tell you it ain't war. It's just individually a person doing this. But they represent themselves as one nation. And they didn't include us. They didn't include the Indian who was here first. They didn't include the African. They didn't include nobody but white people. They tell you that on their movies. But we trying to blend in with that. We can't blend in with that. So we gotta separate. Next video, I'm gonna tell you where they stealing from you at. Like, we talking about reparations. We've been working for free. I'm gonna show you how we've been working for free and how these materialistical things ain't adequate payment for our contributions and time and energy and working for free. If anything, we shouldn't even be paying taxes because we're not a part of this. You know, they tell us that, but they lying. They do that to con us into giving them our time and energy. So stay glued to the tube, and we're gonna keep on building this black power. First, you gotta build up your mind and your thought pattern. Black light.